Ukrainian military expert Oleg Zhdanov voiced important information about the results of Ukraine's work on the territory of the Russian Federation. 2 foreign companies are ready to transfer some of their flights from Moscow to St. Petersburg due to too frequent threats of drone attacks. By Friday evening, Moscow Mayor Sobyanin reported that 5 drones had been shot down during the day. This is the situation. You see, not all foreign companies have left the Russian Federation. Some continue to fly to this terrorist country. But the conditions that we have created for the operation of these airports are forcing foreign companies to leave Russian cities. As I understand it, soon it will be possible to get to Moscow only by horse, because there is less and less equipment left in the Russian Federation. The amount of its destruction at the front by our troops is simply off the charts. Tens of thousands have already been measured there. We will close the sky, as I understand it. Plus, there was a message that in mid-May, our ballistic missile passed successful tests. Range 300 kilometers, warhead 400 kilograms, the military expert informed. After this, Oleg Zhdanov added, 300 kilometers is the starting range. I think in the future the range will be increased to 500 kilometers so that we can reach Moscow in one fell swoop. So soon, planes will stop flying to Moscow. Aeroflot will be grounded due to the lack of spare parts. Foreign companies will leave for other cities. So soon, Moscow will only be visited by Russian citizens by horse-drawn transport. Russia's civil aviation authority, Rosaviatsia, was often halting flights to ensure air safety. Recent weeks have seen both sides intensify their long-range strike operations, even as US-brokered peace talks continue in a bid to end Russia's 3-year invasion of its neighbor. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that his nation needs to urgently strengthen its air defense capabilities in response to Russia's intensifying missile and drone attacks on cities nationwide.
Russia and Ukraine exchanged more prisoners of war on Monday, according to a statement by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the Russian Defense Ministry, though neither side said how many. According to Associated Press, Ukraine's coordination headquarters for the treatment of prisoners of war released a video said to show freed prisoners disembarking from a bus in Chernihiv region, with some returnees being promptly wrapped in Ukrainian flags. The exchange of hundreds of soldiers and civilians has been a small sign of cooperation in otherwise failed efforts to agree on a ceasefire. Monday's exchange is part of a staggered process taking place over coming days. Those swapped included injured and seriously wounded soldiers, as well as those under 25, Zelensky said. The process is quite complicated, there are many sensitive details, negotiations continue virtually every day, he added.
At a time when US President Donald Trump is increasingly moving away from his role as a peacemaker, Ukraine is more dependent than ever on its intelligence services. Washington Post columnist David Ignatius expresses this opinion in a column titled "Ukraine's Dirty War is Just Getting Started." According to his intelligence sources, Ukrainian intelligence services are already preparing other complex operations against Moscow. The journalist notes that both sides want to break out of the stalemate of a war of attrition, and the security service of Ukraine's Operation Spiderweb was a bold attempt to do so. During a full-scale war, the security service and the main intelligence directorate are putting into practice the slogans of the Ukrainian special forces. "I am coming for you." Ignatius compares them to the Federal Security Service and the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States, between which there is serious rivalry. The journalist recalled that the SBU had been accused for many years of having a significant presence of Russian agents in its ranks, but the operation to destroy Russia's strategic aviation was kept secret. According to his intelligence sources, the service's chief, Vasyl Malyuk, informed President Volodymyr Zelensky about the operation, but not other senior members of his administration. Moreover, even Malyuk's key deputy did not know about it. The front line inside Ukraine will remain a hellish place filled with drones and artillery, but covert operations could escalate into a dirty war beyond the front, with more targeted assassinations, sabotage and attacks on countries that supply weapons to Ukraine and Russia, respectively. As reported on June the 1st, the SBU carried out an impressive drone attack on Russian territory. As part of Operation Spider's Web, more than 100 FPVs struck air bases. The drones were transported to Russia in trucks with hidden structures. As a result, about 40 strategic aircraft were destroyed, which is a third of the Russian Federation's fleet of strategic carriers. The operation was prepared for a year and a half and was carried out under the nose of the Russian Federal Security Service. Analysts say the operation could change the future of all warfare, setting a new precedent for the use of drones in deep strikes. In addition, soon the Security Service of Ukraine struck the Crimean Bridge for the third time. This time, a unique operation was carried out using underwater explosive devices. SBU agents spent several months preparing for the special operation, during which explosive charges were installed on the seabed under the bridge supports. The total explosive power was about 100 kilograms in TNT equivalent.